Yo, 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 here we go again. Another episode of Cinema or Sofa with your boy Tommy Graham. Tonight, wherever, whatever time you're watching this, our episode is going to be Thunderbolts, the new Marvel cinematic movie. All right? This is the 36th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I want to throw in there, stay tuned all the way to the end if you'd like to hear E404's production notes. Okay? He's going to do a segment of production notes where you get to hear fun facts about the movie and the production. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of people talking about this movie, all right? I want to talk about it. You thought I was going to say I like it. Well, guess what? I got some news for you. Before we get into that, before we get into whether I'll rate this cinema or sofa, let's give a round of applause for my boy E404. E404, tell these people the facts about this movie along with the cast. Let's go.
Cinema or Sofa Error 404 spoiler-free briefing on Thunderbolts. System rebooting. Loading. Anti-hero assembly protocols. Ready. Overview. Thunderbolts is a 2025 American superhero film produced by Marvel Studios and directed by Jake Schreier. It serves as the 36th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) and concludes Phase 5. The film brings together a group of anti-heroes and reformed villains, including Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and US Agent, who are coerced into a perilous mission by Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. The narrative explores themes of redemption and the complexities of heroism. Plot setup. After being ensnared in a deadly trap orchestrated by Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, this unlikely team of misfits must confront their pasts and work together on a dangerous mission that could offer them redemption, if they can survive. Cast Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Black Widow, Sebastian Stan as James Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, David Harbour as Alexei Shostakov, Red Guardian, Wyatt Russell as John Walker, US Agent, Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr, Ghost, Olga Kurilenko as Antonia Dreykov, Taskmaster, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, Louis Pullman as Robert Bob Reynolds Sentry, Geraldine Viswanathan as Mel, Valentina's assistant. When the Avengers are unavailable, who do you call? A team of anti-heroes with questionable morals and a penchant for chaos. Awaiting your verdict, Emperor of the Grimm. Cinema or sofa?
All right, so I want to start off by saying this movie, I wasn't really expecting much from it. I really wasn't. I've watched all of the great ones that came out, all the great movies. I've probably seen all the movies, all right? Well, no, actually, I can't say that because they released so much crap, all right? Once Disney Plus was invented, there was so much bloat. I missed a few movies, more than a few, and I'm kind of glad I did. I had to go back and rewatch some after I saw Deadpool Wolverine, and I had to go back and rewatch some for, I had to go back and watch some other movies after I watched Brave New World. Okay, Brave New World, the Captain America movie. I had to go rewatch stuff. But apparently there is an article that I seen somewhere. Maybe I'll cover it. Maybe I won't. But they're not going to be doing that anymore, especially with the shows. The shows are no longer going to be canon to the movies, which to me is great. It's just too much to watch. All right, give them their own individual stories outside of the actual MCU movies. All right, that's great. But I do want to go over a couple things before I give my honest critique. All right. Well, I got to say, Florence Pugh, you, my gal, are amazing. Your acting is awesome. Grade A, maybe B, but I wouldn't go quite to C. Maybe a C plus. I don't know. I like you. I like you a lot. I saw Florence Pugh. What is it called? I saw Florence Pugh in Oppenheimer. That was an amazing movie, all right? And she was buck naked in that. And I'll never get those images out of my head. Thank you for that. But let's get back to Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, amazing movie, all right? It was great. It was good. And I'm going to definitely give it that cinema rating. Not sofa, cinema. The action scenes were great. The choreography was awesome. But I'm going to say character buildup, not so much. I mean, these were all very powerful characters that had their own individual movie, or they were in a different movie and then they all get together. But it just, if you didn't watch any of the other stuff, you were kind of lost and it wouldn't really matter to you, right? These characters don't mean squat to you if you didn't watch the other movies, but most Marvel heads will go ahead and see this movie and rewatch all of the movies that these people are incorporated in. The action was great, but I didn't like the ending on how they used their ways, let's just say how they defeated what was his name? Sentry. All right. Sentry was the main villain. All right. And how they beat this Sentry character, it was kind of silly. But if you know anything about Sentry, he's like one of the strongest beings ever. Right. So you got to kind of say it's not going to be by brute force coming from these folks. Right. And I also want to say all of the best scenes were in the trailer. Right. So if you're looking for something crazy and cool and funny, you could just watch the trailer. Another thing I didn't like about the movie was it was more of a comedy, kind of like how they had the Thor movie, Love and Thunder. It was just trying to be a comedy. I'm noticing now all of the Marvel movies are just going hard on the comic relief, but there's just way too much. Have a good few jokes in there and call it the quits. Get out of there while you can. Get out of there while you got the laughs going. All right, but scene after 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 scene is all about the comedy and the laughter and the joke and the pun. And I kind of got sick of it. And I did go into this movie in a mood, right? Not a good one for no particular reason, just a mood. No fault of anybody's but mine. I sat down, watched this movie, and I just wasn't feeling any of the jokes. I kind of chuckled at a couple, but that's about it. But from what I could tell, the crowd really loved it. Everyone that I was sitting by loved it. Maybe I'm just, brain fried from working so much that I was not finding most of the jokes funny. However, I do love David Harbour as the Red Guardian. All right. He's hilarious. He plays this part to the T. I really like it. I love his character. His character was awesome. I honestly think he would get the gold star for this performance that he gave. Let's give him a round of applause.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled.
But yeah, so I do give it a cinema rating. And here's why. If you are a Marvel fan and you are excited for the next phase of Doomsday, all right, this movie you're going to want to see. I have a strong feeling it is going to tie everything up in a bow and deliver it to your doorstep and give you a kiss goodnight right there on your cheek. Nice little smooch for you. All right. Overall, it was a good movie. Bucky did good. Good job. Great job. Doing a great job. Awesome. All right. Home run with that. There we go. And I think everybody did a good job. Now let's talk about, we're going to call her Elaine because this is the person that played Elaine from Seinfeld. And I think she is the hottest woman in this movie.
Here's to those who wish us well, and those who don't can go to hell. Debatable. I have a weird taste. Sometimes I have an acquired taste, and sometimes I'm in a mood. And this is one of those moods. She's hot. She reminds me of Tulsi Gabbard with that streak in her hair. And Jesus, Lord, please, somebody. Yeah, let's not get into details. Anyways, smoking, both of them. But I think it's very funny. Like I noticed when I was watching the previews, like, she kind of looked like Tulsi Gabbard with that streak in her hair. I love it. I think it's great. I still love Tulsi. You're the best. Love you. Wish the best for you. But yeah, I'm going to have to say cinema. If you're looking forward to the next phase of Marvel, this is where you want to go. You're going to want to see this movie and stay for the end credit scenes because it's worth it. All right. The end credit scenes are worth it. There's 2 of them. Sit there and enjoy them. And again, here we support movie theaters and want to push people and encourage people to go back out there, get back out into the movie. It ain't like it used to be because you used to get greeted at a ticket booth. At least the ones I go to, there's nobody at a ticket booth. There's a booth inside and there are touch screens and then there's people scanning QR codes. Awesome. It ain't the same, but hey, it's what we got. In 10 years, movie theaters might not be around. So support your movie theater, your local movie theater, or your chain movie theater. Doesn't really matter. Just go out and see movies. Sneak food in, don't sneak food in. That's up to you. I do and I don't. I ain't gonna. Hey. Do what you gotta do. Anyways, this has been another episode of Cinema or Sofo with your boy, Tommy Grimm. Peace.
Production notes. Filming took place from February to June 2024 at Trilith Studios and Atlanta Metro Studios in Georgia, with additional locations in Utah and Kuala Lumpur. The film's score is composed by the experimental band Sun Lux. Release information. Thunderbolts is scheduled to premiere on April 22nd, 2025 in London and will be released in the United States on May 2nd, 2025. The film will be available in IMAX, Dolby Cinema, Real D 3D, ScreenX, and 4DX formats. Reception. Early projections estimate an opening weekend box office of 63 to 77 million in the United States, with a target of $70 million.